Let's do it.
Alright, let's see what happens here. This is either gonna die or it's gonna work. Alright, guys. We're back. Sorry about that. We're back for game number 2. Just trying to make some adjustments to the stream there, as per request. Had a little bit of difficulties.
Yeah. Trying to get that them sweet subtitles up, but uh, we'll see how it goes. Okay. And see, like, honestly, okay, so this hand that uh, PDX, or Pox PDX, has, like, it was a 2-shard hand, and I think if you're an aggro deck in Immortal, you really, really want, like, your 2-shard hands to just be really great when they have, like, lots of the action in them. And the problem is it's just a bunch of 2-drops, not a bunch of. I think that's really where candles would need to be super competitive in Immortal format.
Right.
The opponent is going to have 4 resources on their turn. Like, just what their opponent's going to be doing.
Alright. This Runier coming down is going to be pretty difficult for the candle player to deal with, I think.
Yeah, especially since there is a second Runier in hand, also 2 lullabies.
Yep.
Like, I just don't think there's any way for lullaby, to be completely honest.
I agree. Yep. Though this choir, well, yeah, he's just never beating Lullaby. I mean, he's gonna get to choir here, but it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, okay, and so he smacks in for, like, 10 damage. Okay. And now literally will never be able to do any significant amount of damage for the entire rest of the game.
Yeah. So I imagine he's probably gonna. Okay, so he's probably gonna smash him with all those candles here, and we're literally just gonna get to go Lullaby, and then turn sideways because he's gonna have no blockers. And then these Runiers are just gonna proceed to take the game over. I imagine they're probably. We'll just double check the gems on these. Yeah, or no, they're +1/+1. Interesting. I was gonna say I kind of assumed they were gonna be. Oh, and we're gonna scoop there. Not beating Lullaby.
Resource?
Yeah, they were the gainer shard. I kind of assumed they were gonna be like Spell Shield Rhino.
Yeah, that definitely seems like the better configuration to me. Yeah. Especially for, like, the candles matchup, like, specifically for the candles matchup.
Like, well, for sure, and like at that point, you basically could just take the game over with like a couple Runier hits, right? And then Runier just constantly generates blockers for you.
Yeah, Spell Shield Rhino Runier just by itself is like, all right, extinction me, bro. Just state to be like, you got extinction.
Well, no, I think I don't think Candles actually gets anything from Mortal. It kind of looked like it's just a standard deck. But I mean, standard decks are relevant. I've seen now 3 Immortal Weeklies where a standard Blood deck actually 3-0'd. So that is a thing. Like, completely standard Blood deck.
Yeah. I think it's something to think about. Like, Candles is definitely a deck in the standard metagame, but it's not like top deck in the standard metagame. And so bringing it to Immortal seems kind of like, huh. You know what I mean? Like, it's already not just dominating standard, and it's trying to go fist to fist with Immortal decks.
Right.
I just anything from Immortal either. Like, I guess like theoretically they could be running like deal gems +1/+1 to your all your troops gem. That doesn't even seem that good for candles. I'm just like trying to think of like what they could be running in Immortal
Yeah.
that like actually makes their decks better. You know what makes candle cards better in Immortal? Like what's its face? The -1 cost to action. Um,
-1
why
cost
can't I think?
action. Oh, Cyclone
Uh,
Shaper?
yeah, there you go. Cyclone Shaper. Cyclone Shaper makes candle cards better,
For
but
sure.
that's its own separate deck.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and queue up game, or the next match here. Alright, so we are back for another match in round number 1. This will be match 2. We have Birthing Potter on Grandfather Elk, interesting, versus Wolfric on Blood Spinner Zorath. So I'm assuming this is traditional mono blood or like old school mono blood versus Grandfather Elk. Kind of an interesting champion choice here in Immortal.
I'm assuming Potter likes to kind of experiment around a bit. I assume he's looking at the idea of taking Mono Wild in a direction that just Smash's face can use, like the why can't I think Dreamweaver Ancients, which is a super powerful card, really good with Grandfather Elk. And I mean, normal mono wild lists don't really make use of that. So, that's all I can assume. That is what I assume he's doing. If he's not doing that, I don't know why he's playing this chance.
For sure. Yeah, I know. I agree. That's got to be the place. Birthing Potter is a pretty strong Immortal brewer. One of my Immortal lists that I played for a while was a Birthing Potter brew. Turn 1 Howling Brave, though. We are going to get turn 1 Howling Brave and a turn 2 Bunny. That's going to be really tough for the Blood player to beat here. No Extinction in hand either.
That's what I was looking at right now. Turn 2 Bunny, no Extinction. It's Spell Shield. Is it Spell Shield Rhino?
It is Spell Shield Rhino, yep. However, this...
Oh, goodness!
Oh, the value. Wow!
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
I mean, we do have a Vampire Prince into a Vampire King, so we have a couple turns to stem the bleeding here.
But yeah.
Right? So,
I mean, stem it a little bit if he hit the Chloro, but he didn't, I don't think, right?
No, we didn't.
I didn't see it pop up with what he had hit, but apparently did not hit the Chloro, which is what he really hit. Now the problem here is he really wanted to, Wolfric really wanted to this turn cast Extinction. This is where it needed to be, and then he can maybe play back into the game, but not having it, yeah.
For sure, but like I said, we still have a couple
just
turns that we can stem this.
there. I mean, he's just going to be taking so much damage this turn.
Oh yeah.
Now, I think there's a good. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I was gonna say I think there's a decent chance that Potter might hold this the whatchamacallit, the what is it called?
Pathfinder.
To play around Extinction. So I think he still just has the game without the Pathfinder, and so just holding it in hand and following it up in Extinction with that probably plays around Extinction the best. Didn't matter.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the same time though, just putting that all on board just to guarantee that you had lethal through a couple of, like, an additional blocker next turn, just to basically say, okay, Wolfric, have extinction or lose. I don't hate that line either.
I don't hate it. I do. I mean, like, you see what his hand is now. It's 3 wild shards and a Chloro there at the end of the game. Like, if you had anything to follow up an extinction with there, I think then I really love the line. If he didn't, I think just smashing in with the Braves that turn, putting him down lower, you still literally put him to where it's lethal on board.
That's fair. Yep, that's fair.
So I think that was just the stronger line overall because it played around more things. But he doesn't. I mean, he has 1 turn to hit the extinction either way.
Right. All
Maybe
right.
hero fall. That would be the main thing that I think would make playing out that important. But shield.
For sure.
Completely agree because you have to draw a specific card to make Zorath good.
Right. All right, here we are, back for game number 2, Birthing Potter versus Wolfric. Wolfric on the play this. I think he was on the play last game as well. Very solid hand. I mean,
Yeah, like prince into princess into king is like pretty easy to do here. All he has to do is either draw a shard or hit a shard off the top with the prince to be able to do that line. And even if he misses on a shard, prince into prince is also not terrible.
oh, for sure. Especially since the mono wild deck, outside of like having to Croc/Seeker, doesn't have a whole lot of ways to really interact with flyers. Like, these princes are going to do a lot of work over the next couple turns.
Oh, they are, yeah, because it's it's definitely a couple turns before to get down that Croc, because next turn he'll have 4 available sources. So yeah, it's just
For sure. We have Birthing Potter 2 throwing down the skillful turn 2 Bunny Rabbit again.
oh, wild. And yeah, I mean, I don't hate just the double Prince line, especially since he didn't draw any shard there. Oh my!
Oh,
Like
nice.
yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, I saw that. I probably would not have swung into it as Potter. Like,
I
even with the Garg in hand, I don't know that I would have swung into that there. I probably would have used Champ Power or something.
I agree. Yep, I 100% agree.
I I think that was just him being a bit too hasty there.
Yeah, we do have
But that put him
Stop Roar brought him back, or caught him back up, or kind of made up for that mistake though. So at least he managed to recover a little bit.
gonna Vampire King is gonna be really huge here. Not having a shard on the turn that you drop your Pathfinder is
Oh yeah,
in here.
and the fact that we
Oh
just sniped
my!
the Garg.
Oh my!
And
Yeah,
that was
was pretty good.
that was savage. We also have
Um,
Zentos Malice plus Banner like assembled, so I'm pretty comfortable in saying that it's gonna be very difficult for Birthing Potter to come back into this.
That's going to be very difficult for Birthing Potter. I think the game was in that swing with the hierarch there. That was where it was.
I 100% agree. Yep.
And like has like and with both kings for it to not be taken. Oh goodness. Got a strangle for the Pathfinder. Holy crap.
We got
Oh
everything.
my.
Oh, and oh no, we sniped the Seeker.
I mean,
Oh,
it was pretty likely it was gonna happen. It was pretty likely it was gonna get sniped from the hand.
for
Like,
sure. But jeez, just savage. Wow.
yeah. Just
Birthing
so
Potters,
good.
see it enough.
Yeah. Empire King OP.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's like I said, the mono wild deck just doesn't have a whole lot of ways outside of Croc, which Croc is a little slow for early interaction with those flyers. So just multiple vampires usually is good enough, especially when you're on the play.
That's pretty emblematic of why most of the mono wild players are on Avalanche and not Elk. Because if he had been on Avalanche, he would have been able to pump up his Hierophant for swinging.
For sure,
And that would have made all the difference in that game.
for sure.
So, yeah, it's just one of those things where I think he's kind of trying around with things, but I think ultimately he's going to come to the conclusion that, yep, Avalanche is just a little bit better for Mono Wild.
I agree. I 100% agree. All right. All right, here we are back for game number 3. Mono Blood versus Mono Wild. Two Mono Blood kind of on the classical, the old Blood Spinner Zorath version. And then Birthing Potter taking a different twist with the Champ Power here. Let's see, kind of out of the two original decks here, who takes it. I always actually like the Mono Blood versus Mono Wild games. They just seem really amusing.
Plastic champ on both sides.
Yeah, I guess Grandfather Elk was the original.
Well, I mean, original in terms of like it was before Lady V Avalanche was printed, just like Dorath was before Bardock was printed.
Right.
Yeah, see, and here is again, right now, Avalanche should just be so powerful here. Because he would have gotten to draw a card already off of it.
Yep. And not to mention, like, playing that out so early without any value is very dangerous against the Hero Fall deck, right?
Yeah, I don't know that I like that play. I mean, it's going to end up paying off for him here. But when you've got the Gargulus in hand, I mean, he didn't really have another good play outside of that.
For sure.
Like, it just...
Yeah, this is, that's tough.
I think Potter is probably telling himself, man, I wish I was Lady Avalanche. Just...
I agree, yeah.
Like, I just can't imagine him not telling himself this.
Looks like we're going to hold the Hero Fall up here. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Falling before your opponent can get value out of it, but since your opponent's not playing Avalanche, it's drawing one card a turn. Like, I don't know. It's like you can't get as much use out of Pathfinder. So I mean, I don't hate holding Hero Fall in that instance for that reason.
For sure, you could tell too. He was also trying to bait the grandfather elk charge power with it, make him burn it.
Oh yeah, I games because I don't think we have. So this is interesting here of what, yeah, like I was gonna say, like you can play the bride, but yeah, it's gonna be kind of risky here. Getting to hit both of those is pretty big. I mean, seeing my opponent could theoretically be on 7 on the next turn, I probably wouldn't have played it quite like that. Corners making a sack definitely is the
For sure.
Ooh, and this Balthazar. Oh my. I mean, I think it's right to play the Rooney here. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't trying to say he should be playing the Balthazar that turn. But that Balthazar is going to be huge when it hits.
Yeah. Ooh, Stalking Quarry. What a
make...
clean answer to Roonier.
Yeah, it's such a very good answer to Roonier. Like,
yeah.
What gem does it have?
I'm assuming Abomination is what I'm thinking. Take a look here. Deathcry. Someone. Yep. So, Abomination.
Abomination gem. Okay. I don't hate that. I don't. Yeah. I definitely like Speed Gem in it a lot too. Like I think that Speed Gem is pretty decent.
I agree. Not extinctioning here yet. Interesting. Kind of gonna see if he can force Birthing Potter to overcommit here, though at the cost of a fair amount of life.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna wait to do that. I really don't know why he played out the Zinthos Malice on that turn before. Like it just got sacked.
Yeah, that's kind of especially when you know your opponent's this corner. I guess to put a couple spiders into his deck so he can start taking over the game. But interesting.
Very confused by that. I mean, I honestly, like he just saw. He's seeing the hand with Inquisition, like. I think you just you swing an Extinction here. Like I think you just reset the board and make those procs pretty not good by only having one truth out of it.
For sure. Well, I guess the other merit to doing that too is it also kind of puts you behind in a way, due to him having corners, right? Because like you just if you Extinction here, he just gets to revive the bunny next turn, right?
Oh, is that what Corners is on? It hasn't been doing anything on his side, so I assumed it was...
Yeah, so Corners is on return a 3-drop and make your opponent sack a 3-drop right now.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that's a really good configuration.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if maybe...
I feel like it might have been right to... I think, honestly, Wolfric's waiting for a 7th shard so that he can bride an Extinction, but he just kind of has to do that right there to not die. But I think that's really what he was waiting for, was to bride an Extinction.
That makes sense, yeah. Oh, and he was forced to Extinction after. Oh, what a... Yeah, I think you're right. That's, yeah. Just confirmed in chat. He was 100% waiting for that, which would have been the right play, right? Like he said, he would have got the Seeker, he would have been able to avoid the corners.
Absolutely. Yeah, Seeker, hit corners, get the Roonier if you're like it would have been huge. Would have been such a...
Yeah, what a slap to the face though. Oh
yeah,
man. Oh no, here's your last turn, you draw the shard. Like, oh, after the turn you burned Extinction too. Oh, what a slap to the face. Sometimes TCGs though, I gotta tell you, they just gotta find they just got a funny way of kicking you right in the nuts.
Yep. Sometimes they do. And I mean, and this is again, I think goes back to what I said before about is trying to sort of play fair and Immortal. And it can kick it with the big dog, but it is still ultimately trying to play a fair game of Magic, where the Mono Wild deck is not trying to play fair Magic at all. It's casting giant things really fast, drawing tons of cards. So I mean, it can just get out of hand for your fair deck, and it's going to be a lot harder for them to be able to just hit all of their all of their powerful points because of that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Man, what a game.
Yeah,
I would have.
what a game!
I would have
That would have
loved to see the shard.
made such a swingy part. Like that wouldn't have put Wolfric out of it, but it would have like, or wait, Birthing Potter. Wolfric was on the Mono Blood.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have put Birthing Potter out of it, but it would have made it more of a game.
For sure. For
like,
sure.
Just, yeah, it would have been interesting because he doesn't have the gems active with Rabbit, so
yeah,
it's not just like making a ton of rhinos for him.
For sure, but like you said, it would have turned it into a game. It would have been awesome to see, but oh well. Unfortunately,
oh yeah, I wish we would have been able to see it. I wish we would have.
Yeah. All right. All right.
But so that it's interesting that we've seen two modes on as opposed to Bardock. Maybe that's a trend.
I could see it because like the combo decks are starting to run a little more rampant, and Xanthos Malice is very good versus the combo decks, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely good versus the combo decks for sure. Just popping spiders into their deck.
Yeah.
These two Inquisitions are going to be pretty decent here. Like I think the choice here, yeah, you probably just take the Consult. Like I could see he's got enough stuff in hand to like taking the guidance really doesn't do anything. If they were short, if Thanatos was like short on shards or something, then taking the guidance might have been the right call there. But and obviously the second one is going to be taking the Psychic Ascension.
Right.
Like you don't have to take that first because you know that you're going to be able to do it later. Now, I actually kind of like not doing the Inquisition that turn because your opponent's not going to be able to cast it on the next turn, and unless you're mistaken, the Turbo PA deck doesn't really run removal. Playing out Bride on that turn wouldn't have been terrible. Basically stops him from being able to swing in with 1/1s. Start killing his things with shard drops, but I don't think it was terribly bad. But I do think that there is a reason to go about it like that. I mean, I'm assuming he's just going to extinction this turn. He knows his opponent's hand, like
Yeah, I agree.
nothing in it.
Just take away his potential to. Oh, we didn't. Okay, I was gonna say take away potential to get a free consult, but
Yeah.
taking the greedier line here, probably looking to go Bride Shard next turn and then maybe into extinction. But I mean, we kind of just let Thanatos right back into this.
Yeah, I think he really would have ran away. I mean, that gaze was going to be pretty decent.
Yeah. I guess it wouldn't have really changed it much though, considering we drew a Heart's Whisper instead to gas back up. But still, you kind of just took 3 points of damage here.
Yeah, well, and he gave Consult as another option. Firstly, that wouldn't have stopped Harper, but it would have stopped Consult if that's what his opponent would have been, playing.
For sure, yep. So we went ahead and took the Transmog. Interesting.
I guess he doesn't want the Bride Transmog. I guess that's he's thinking his line is to Bride and then just run the Bride to victory.
I think that's his plan here, yep. And then if his opponent decides to go on the go wide strategy here, we do get to just extinction and take everything. So I don't hate this line.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I think that it was really risky on the turn before. It's not that the turn before I think went poorly, but I think it was very potentially risky for him because Consult, like, his opponent drew the Heart's Whisper, so he drew the Heart's Whisper. But it also gave his opponent the ability to draw and do basically the same thing.
For sure, and I mean, we just found a Consult, which technically, had he massacred that turn before, this Consult wouldn't have actually been live still, because you wouldn't have had the candles for it.
That is also true. Yeah. Yep. No, it's I mean. Yeah, I think you just. I don't think you extinction here. I think you just shard and take the other fear.
I agree. Ooh, we're gonna see the evaporate. But I mean, yeah, I think you just there you go and just slam.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't change anything. Like, I mean, the evaporate just means that your opponent doesn't get it. I don't know that I really like that line too much.
Yeah, it kind of seems like you're burning protection for Cyclone Shaper.
Yeah, like, Cyclone Shaper is going to just win. Like, this extinction in hand, killing a Cyclone Shaper is going to be very bad.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have the Rune Bind, but, like, still, that is burning one of your protection spells.
For sure. And
for your Cyclone Shaper. For very minimal gain.
Right. There is the Cyclone Shaper. So I imagine we're gonna see the extinction come down this turn.
Oh yes. 100%. Like I can't see any way that extinction does not come down this turn.
Oh, for sure. Such as since we drew the second Bride.
Oh yeah.
Slamming with everything for free damage here. Gain the free life off Vampire Prince. No reason not to, I don't think. Interesting. Okay.
I mean, your opponent probably would not have blocked.
Yeah, so I think that's what I'm saying. Like, you probably would have got in with Prince and had the potential to get another shard here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna see the Polymorph Guard come down here and probably close this game out.
Yep, probably GG. And I think Pandemica knows it. I mean, hey, you got a candle. Well, yeah, I think getting on that turn, I think would have made actually all the difference
For sure.
because that consult gets stranded in the hand. You don't have, well, you don't have the 4 troops to Kali army. You don't have as many cards. Like, I just think how it ended up playing out, extinctioning on that one turn would have been correct, just to put your opponent behind on being able to consult.
For sure.
I'm on my chat only. Fine. Cool.
All right, here we are back for game number 2, Thanatos versus Pandemica. Pandemica taking a bit of a greedy line, like you were saying last game. Fatalia, but again, we're also playing the fair deck versus the unfair deck. I wonder.
Like,
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, I don't think that what Pandemica did was like a wrong play, but how it shaped up, it definitely would have changed the overall game. So like that's one of those things where it's not. There's definitely like I could see, there being things in both directions with regards to this.
Right.
Honestly, I think you just take the votives here. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think you just take the votives. Like, I mean, your opponent's not starved for shards, so an arcane focus isn't, gonna be that good to take. All right, well, drawing all the shards on Pandemica's side. I guess at least Bright will be active on turn 5.
Yeah, we're not missing shards.
Man, Wax Sacrament is such a good card.
It is.
Like,
it is so good for Turbo PA and Immortal.
so I'm not fully certain. Like, I mean, I guess Rune Binding there was fine, but it definitely feels like, I mean, it's not a super permanent answer to a princess, and princess is really good versus your deck.
For sure.
I guess you do have he did have another rune bind in hand, so one of those things where it's like, all right, okay. He's got two more rune binds in hand, so it's probably going to shake out fine for Thanatos at that point. But I think it was a very aggressive use as a rune bind, as opposed to like doing it on attack or something like that to just stall the princess for potentially more turns. Because doing it like that, I don't know, you just give the opponent more draw steps to be doing stuff with.
Interesting attacking with the prince here first. However, I guess we do bait the Ruin Bind, so we can try and hero fall the Cyclone Shaper.
I mean, you can't really block because then maybe Bride, which he does have.
Yeah.
Like that was such value at that point. Yeah, that was really decent for Pandemic at this point. I mean, this
again, I mean, we gotta make.
So I think that.
Oh, sorry.
Bride's in hand. Holy crap!
Yeah, I mean, we gotta make the same play here, right? Ooh, the Confounding Ire though is gonna catch that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's what I was saying. The Confounding Ire is going to be really, really big here at this point.
For sure.
Well, that is an unfortunate gaze at this point in time of the game.
Yeah, hopefully we don't burn it here. Seeing that this Bride resolved.
I mean, once the Bride resolves, there's no reason to cast the gaze because you're going to get to see it with Princess.
Right.
And yep, okay, not something that's going to matter.
So basically, we're hoping.
So
Thanatos
I mean, this is an
shards.
interesting game because Thanatos has, but doesn't have charges.
Which we just found. We did just find a charge here, or shard. But it's still looking tough.
Still, like, he doesn't have charges on the turn that he's like go off and everything like that. So I mean, it's an interest. Oh, okay, this consult's
yeah. We just found consult.
So,
Oh, look at this.
Oh goodness! Oh my goodness!
We're just.
Oh my goodness!
And we also just found the polymorphic army. Like, we're just going off. This is gonna seal the deal for Pandemic, unfortunately.
Yeah, goodness. Oh my.
I mean, I guess we are gonna get to snipe the polymorphic army here. But well, I mean, it's probably just gonna cast it anyways. But it's permanent. Polymorphic army isn't until the end of turn. It's permanent, right?
Pandemica, Top Decks, and Extinction.
That would do it. Yep.
That's like the.
Oh. Oh, what happened here? What? What do we turn those into? We turned those into something.
That happened really fast.
Yeah,
I missed part of what happened.
There. I mean, it's still game over here for Pandemic.
Yeah. Pandemica did not draw an Extinction, which was Pandemica's one out. Goodness.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate. Oh man.
Wait.
This is why Cyclone Shaper needs to go. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I know these decks are beatable in their current state, but like they're one card from being over the top, or just like it's Cyclone Shaper is just too hard of a card to build sets around, right? Like one card and Cyclone Shaper just becomes unbelievably impressive.
Yeah, Cyclone Shaper is significantly overpowered. Like it's just such a powerful card. Like holy crap.
For sure. It's such a dangerous card. Like cards like that, reduced cost cards, especially when it comes to spells, are just so dangerous in TCGs. Unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's more dangerous in a game like this as opposed to like Magic. So like Goblin Electromancer in Magic the Gathering is pretty similar,
Yep.
but the main difference is it really never reduces cost to zero,
Right. And on top of that,
and Cyclone Shaper does.
the cards in Hex TCG have definitely a significantly higher ceiling, just overall than Magic cards, and then like also the champ powers, right? The champ powers just give you that much. Your deck's
Oh
just
yeah.
that much more of a ceiling.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's a lot of differences, but yeah, Shaper. As much as I love the card, it was so dear to my heart. But yeah, probably needs to be banned in Immortal.
For sure.
As low I am to say it because I love Cyclone Shapers. Playing Hex, Cyclone Shaper was literally the first card. So I was just playing PvE. I was not playing PvP. But Cyclone Shaper was the first card I bought house or the auction house. I bought 4 copies of them for myself, and I was like, "This card is amazing."
All
So,
right. All
ooh,
right, here we are for our first game of round 2. Looks like we got a mirror. Steric and Rurik Thar both on Shoku the Botanist, and I believe this is the Sockets build. That's the common thing to play with Shoku in this format. It's a really interesting Blood Wild Sockets deck.
yeah. I mean, you can't really play Oberon with Shoku in. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep. It looks like it's well. Okay, yeah, probably is sockets on both sides. I was gonna say, like, it definitely seems like sockets here from Rurik Star, and then I was looking at Sterix, and he's got the Monsoon, but then he's also got the Corruptor, so it's like,
Yeah.
okay, the Monsoon is probably just in there for a Crusader.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, which is exactly why it's there. This Sockets deck is... Oh, that Knave Lackey is so creepy looking. It's actually just uncomfortable to look at.
Yeah, I do not like the AA Naive Lackey.
I don't
Wait,
either.
did Rick Czar play a Fate Leaf Shard on turn 1?
No, I think he... No, it was Coin. He opened Coin Blood Shard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, if he didn't Fate Weave for a Shard, why didn't he?
Yeah. Missing Wild here is not good.
Yeah, I honestly don't know if I would have kept that from Murikars. Punished so hard for missing, and you also only have 2 shards. So like you have 3 drops, multiple 3 drops in your hand, and you're off one of your colors.
Yeah.
And like it's a lot. That I really don't know if I would have ended up keeping it.
I agree, yep. So I think we're probably going to see this Sentry come down. We'll probably see the Sentry come down into Bunny here. Yep. Sentry into Runir.
I can't think why any other line would be better than that.
For sure. I mean, this is kind of a trading match. This is a bit of a super punished. Yep. Like this matchup is it is all about kind of just trading, and so like an early Monsoon is really good in the mirror, but I mean at this point your opponent not being unwild.
Yeah, your opponent has missed a shard drop and is off of one of your colors. Like it doesn't really matter that they got a subterfuge off on you. Like you're just so far ahead at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, I believe
yeah.
Runeir has the Rhino can't be blocked gem, right? This can't be blocked by Tears of Power less than this? Yeah. I believe that's a
Yeah,
common
that's
thing to play in this.
pretty common. Just evasion is really good. And game over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rurik Thar, unfortunately, super punished for keeping that hand. But, I mean, it was a bit of a greedy keep.
Kind of
Now,
the greedy keep, yeah.
yeah, I've never played this Sokka's deck in particular, so I don't know what the best keepable hands are. But I mean, missing that turn one mana dork when you're playing 8 mana dorks is pretty unfortunate, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. Howling. I mean, and Howling Brave is just so good. It's
For
just
sure.
such a good card. I think next. To Exalted Pathfinder, I think Howling Brave is probably my second favorite card.
No, it's
in
so
Magic.
good.
Just love it. Using
All right. So we're at game number 2 of Rurik Thar versus Derek, the mirror match. Rurik Thar's
this is
hand looking a lot better.
Oh yeah, so much better this game. Both hands look pretty decent. I mean, so Steric has the turn one mana dork, but only 2 shards, and then Rixard has which is a little on the higher end for an opening hand. Lackey into MC into Corruptor is pretty decent. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, solid hands all around. I approve of these hands.
All right, we'll see the Naval Lackey come down. I mean, turn 2 Satyr is going to be very, very powerful on Steric's side of the table here.
Oh yes, this is going to be really, really good here.
Oh, turn that MC into a 5/5 though and drawing a card was pretty clutch.
Yeah.
Okay. Just kind of set up here since we just made a massive MC.
I'm a little interested. Turn. Because he just gets to play it out for free. Like Sentry into MC, sack the bunny.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fine, but I still don't know why he did that particular line.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what the benefit is for this particular line either. I don't hate the Animus coming down here.
God, Animus is so good.
And now we'll see the sack on the Battle Hopper, I imagine.
Yeah, I can't imagine why you would being over the Battle Hopper.
For sure.
Like, I mean, your Sentry still has lots of value in your hand, so...
So far, like Rurik Thar had the better start, but so far it's not really looking too good on his side of the table now.
Yeah, that Steric's been able to really pull ahead, and meanwhile, Rurik Thar has just drawn Sentries and Shards.
For sure, but...
Well, I mean, now has drawn more, but before that had just drawn Sentries and Shards.
Right, but I mean,
So,
we found some pretty good top decks. Underworld Crusader's going to be able to gas us back up here.
Crusader and Rabbit there were both pretty huge to be able to be back in this game. Rurik Thar is up on life totals. Like, that is significant here. I mean, they've got like, you can't really swing in with MC in this board.
Right.
I think he probably just has to pass at this point, unfortunately, but it's still just like he's got a giant board now. So now his opponent has to, and he's going to get to reload with Crusader first, and is just going to be able to chump his opponent's Crusaders. So his opponent's not reloading with Crusaders, and theoretically that could lead him to top decking stuff to pull back into this game.
Right, and I mean, realistically, all Rurik Thar has to do is just sit here and block and not let that sentry die. And so if Steric doesn't find a way to kill his sentry here that's burning him for 2 damage a turn, I mean, he's basically on a 5-turn clock at this point.
Yeah, five turns with that sentry does end up getting the game for Rurik Thar. So
right.
I mean, I think I probably at this point from Rurik Thar's side, I think you probably go ahead and trade with the MC here with your Crusader and Bunny.
I agree.
As much as you end up doing that, to in this game, then you chump those Crusaders.
Oh, we're seeing
Jump in here.
We're seeing MC and interesting. Okay.
Double. That seems really bad.
Yeah, we didn't draw cards. I don't know how I feel about
like,
this.
Like, if the Crusader doesn't die, that... Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we do get to create some more blockers.
Yeah, I mean, he's not out of it, but it's still just like... Yeah, I mean, I guess the idea was blocking that way still... I mean, you have to kill the MC. Otherwise, this Animus is just to pump things every turn. I mean, I guess you could kill the Animus, but that's too much more.
Yeah.
Because you assume your opponent is mostly out of socketed cards in hand anyway.
Yeah. So now we're throwing our Underworld Crusader under the bus, I believe. Yeah, and blocking. There we go.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that. There's no reason to give your opponent's cards.
Just hard casting the Monsoon. Okay.
Oh, goodness. I
know.
Okay.
Monsoon's a little late, but... Ooh, man. And we're just going to get to wall up super hard and Rurik Thar's side of the table. It's looking pretty good for Rurik right now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, he does not have to actually deal any damage here to be able to, you know, win this game. He's just got to wait. You know, 3 more turns. He's got 2 that can just on those Crusaders for swinging. And can't really, like, Steric can't really afford to have both of those Crusaders die, because then he's just dead on the next turn if he can't sack with what he draws, if he can't sack the Sentry. Why couldn't I think of what it was called?
Yeah. So see Paw come down here, I'm sure, and probably just snipe the Animus, I imagine? Or do we snipe the Crusader? Do we snipe the Crusader to increase the clock?
I don't think, honestly...
Actually, I think we do.
I think you hold the Paw.
No, I think you snipe the Crusader there, because it puts your opponent down to... No, I think you were to snipe the Crusader there. I know it gives your opponent more cards, but it puts your opponent to 4, he goes to 2 on upkeep.
You hold the Paw. You're still good on board. You let them go to their turn. Then, on your next turn, you snipe the Crusader with the Paw, killing them.
Ah, yes, okay. I agree. Because
So
then he doesn't
that's
draw potential out to killing. Yeah, that's fair.
Is that Deed in hand?
Yeah, we did draw an out.
Yeah, so, yeah. I mean...
Still, making that attack with Crusader was interesting.
It definitely seems really risky. I think he wanted to draw cards split really badly.
Yeah, I
The
guess.
only thing I can imagine. Um, I mean, it's still not looking great for Steric at this point, even with the gruesome deed. Like,
Yeah, it really
you get to
isn't.
kill and the lackey is also away a second. So
Oh, he just. Oh no, we got Lackey. Never mind. Did he just kill himself?
no. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got lackey to be able to do it, so he doesn't need to play out the deed at this point.
Though I mean, he's gonna have to be forced to take really
Oh
bad trades here.
no, that aspect of the squirrel gives crush, right?
Oh, does Aspect give Crush? I thought Aspect just pumped.
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't.
+3, and yeah, it is. It is. He's got the Crush Gem in it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is game over, almost assuredly, because there's no way that Steric is playing around aspect of the squirrel. Oh my. That's a spicy one of. That's a spicy one of.
I like it.
I think I'm assuming he has 3 troops in his crypt too, so he's going to be able to scrounge it and do it multiple times. Holy crap.
Yep. This is brutal.
That was quite the top deck for Rurik Thar. Yeah. Well, I said I approved of both of these hands, and this was quite a game. This was quite a game.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that 13-13 is just gonna like demolish that military or that militia.
Oh,
sorry.
it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna demolish it so much. Oh goodness.
Oh man, there it is. Nice. That was a good game. That was good. That was a good mirror.
That was a good back and forth mirror. That was good.
Yeah, it was definitely well played on both players' side, for sure.
And you would love the creepy lackey.
Of course, Line Killer.
I do not like the AA lackey.
I don't either.
Oh,
What's that?
distance or something, but I like actually saw my opponent playing it. And I was like, holy crap, really cool looking. I don't remember what gave them. Like, I don't remember what it is that gave them out. I probably have some. Just never paid attention to them.
They were a ladder reward, I believe.
Okay.
Oop. All right, here we are back for
Alright.
game number 3. What a good mirror so far.
This is mirrors are either like that's like sort of the thing, just in all card games. Mirrors are either really awesome and fun or really boring and ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't really have any in between. I really like Steric's hand here. Steric's hand here seems nuts. Rurik Thar's hand seems decent. He doesn't have an accelerant, which I think could really bind here. I mean, Steric's gonna get to go turn 2 Bunny, and then follow that up with Crusader on the next turn. I don't think you lead with Crusader here. I think you lead with Bunny here.
I agree. I 100% agree. Next turn, getting to swing in with Bunny and Crusader will be really good.
Yep.
Yeah, but interesting. I'm shocked Rurik didn't maul, considering you were on the draw. You could easily maul the 6 and still be okay to try and potentially find an accelerant because your hand's pretty slow, and you know how explosive this mirror can be.
Yeah, it's a really slow hand, and it's not even like it's slow, but it like also only has like 3 resources in it.
Yeah.
So it's slow and also doesn't allow you to cast all your stuff. I mean, playing a lackey on 2 is pretty decent. That's a pretty decent play.
I mean, it stops this Ruinier from doing anything, but I think you're still just playing Underworld Crusader and slamming. Like, there's no reason not to.
Yeah, I think you just do that. I was trying to think if there's some reason to go like Brave here. Oh, okay.
We decided to, I guess. Interesting.
Yeah, I was like trying to decide if there was really any reason to, but yeah, I think Underworld Crusader was just a better choice. If you trade a Crusader for a lackey, you're fine with that. You're drawing cards, and you've already pumped up your bunny. And this puts you in a good place. I mean, this route allows you to, on the next turn, do Shoku Power and Crusader to get your Ruinier up to 5. It's Spell Shield and can't block.
Right.
Is that what the gems are?
Yeah, Spell Shield can't block.
Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, so that's, I mean, I guess I kind of see that line. Situation, like if you draw a shard on the next turn, it also lets you Underworld Crusader into Sharpshooter, so you're just like playing out more things. I mean, I can see all those things. I still think it's better to
Still missing shards though here on the Gemboard's a nice pickup. It does answer that MC.
Oh yeah, no, it very much does. Like you're gonna be able to answer MC before it actually ends up dealing any major damage to the hand, and by damage to the hand I mean putting cards in hand.
Right.
That's MC's main damage is not the actual damage it deals to people.
Oh. Huh. Probably just UC here again, I think. Or are we just taking out this MC?
Honestly, your opponent just passed the turn. I think you've got to think that your opponent has Aspect of the Squirrel in hand.
Right.
So I think you swing with your Rabbit, and then when they try to use Aspect of the Squirrel, you just gem palm.
I like that, yep. Though we could see Emperor's Lackey get the Aspect of the Squirrel here, which means you won't actually be able to gemborn it.
That's true. And if they do that, then that's... I mean, I think that's also not the end of the world.
Yeah, it just means we are going to lose our Rabbit here. We're actually going to lose both our attackers.
Well, you can still gemborn.
Oh, yeah.
If he targets the thing, you just gemborn the MC and...
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Like, he doesn't get to scrounge off of the thing, the Aspect, does he?
No, he doesn't have the troops.
Yeah, okay. So
we did see it on the Emperor's Lackey. Which means we are going to see... Oh, we're going to see an Aspect of the Squirrel instead. Eating the Emperor's Lackey.
That also works.
Yep.
Honestly, and I guess I didn't see why. I guess maybe the reason to swing with the whatchamacallit, the 4/3 was because if your opponent didn't have Aspect, then you're going to be able to Aspect on that and kill the MC.
Right.
So I don't hate that. I don't hate that that swing, though. Ooh.
We are just going to see a scoop. I guess he's not going to be able to deal with the bunny. I guess bunny's got to be pretty crucial in the mirror, eh? Just like you don't have much removal for it.
Yeah, well, and especially when it's Hexproof Bunny or
Yeah.
Spell Shield Bunny. Like Spell Shield Bunny for the mirror is just brutal.
Yeah.
Just so brutal.
All right.
Because yeah, you can't run anything that's like like you have to run just targeted removal level. Like you
Yeah.
can't run like extinction and stuff.
Right now.
Yay, live!
All right. Here we are for our second game, or second match of round 2. We've got Ciarb going up against Thanatos. So Thanatos we saw earlier. I think actually no, we haven't seen Ciarb. So we got Mono Wild.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. The first match that we watched was here
Oh right. Okay.
on typical Mono Wild.
So this will be interesting. We got Mono Wild versus Turbo. I'm kind of feeling Turbo's a little favored in this match.
I definitely think Turbo's favored, especially with these hands. Like that hand is just so slow from Sierra. Like
For sure.
any accelerants, like this is not the kind of hand you really want from Wild. Against Candles in round 1. Okay, he's mulliganing there. Well, I don't like this a whole lot better.
Yeah,
I
neither
think
do
you
I.
keep it because I don't think you really want to go down to 5. And this is at least serviceable, but I don't like it.
I agree. I mean, we found a Chlorophilia, so like we're not doing too bad.
Okay, that makes it significantly better.
Yep. What do we see in here? Okay. So we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna see drawing some cards, making some candles. Like, I mean, Thanatos already has the Psychic Ascension in hand. Thanatos just has to not die.
Yeah.
It just has to do, and Thanatos will win this game. I mean, literally all of these cantrips just need to turn into spells, and then Thanatos wins.
Yep.
Psychic Ascension will be cast.
We need to find a second Sapphire here too. Well,
That is true. That is true. That is true. That the second Sapphire is needed. I don't imagine that he'll have too much trouble with that, but maybe I'm wrong. All right, Light the Votive's pretty decent off the top. Well,
Yeah,
still
we
need that second. Still need the second Sapphire.
still don't have it. Yep.
Arcane Focus probably would have been pretty decent. So you get to pump up your dudes. I mean, the Croc is going to be okay here.
We've
From your side, but this Rune Bind is also going to make it just do nothing. So I don't know if you even go with the Croc at this point. Yeah, I think that Caravan or Neo seem like reasonable plays here because you're going to get followed up with Calm. That being said, he's gonna just get to Rune Bind it, so that's
sure.
gonna be, is what it is.
Yep.
So you're still gonna get your thing, but now you're not gonna make any troops this turn.
I mean, Thanatos has to find the second Sapphire Shard here, though. And until he does that, he's kind of dead in the water. We're still stuck.
Ooh.
We're
stuck.
Still stuck.
I could have. I mean, I assumed he was going to find it off of that Arcane Focus. Like that Arcane Focus, I thought it was golden. But yeah.
Yep. We are gonna get to generate a ton of value here too off Neo.
Goodness.
And Mary Caravan, right? And so I mean, and then we have the Stomp Roar coming down here, which is like, it's gonna do work. Who knows if we if we don't find that second Sapphire, I think next turn, CR might be able to actually take this game away, which we still haven't found it. I mean,
Oh, I mean, you're making a lot of candles, but I don't think your candles are gonna win against giant green monsters.
For sure, and I mean, if
as 1/1,
we're drawing multiple cards here, so if we find a Seeker, I think CR can just kill him.
Yeah. So yeah, I think because you're still able to play Seeker after playing Caravan, so you might as well just go ahead and play Caravan.
No, I agree with that play. Yep.
Yeah, I think that was totally right. Okay.
Oh no! Don't play the bunny first. Go for the Seeker. I think he's debating on. Oh no, we're gonna play the bunny.
Or do you try to get the Seeker? Because that's the question. Seed value.
I mean, I understand we got a lot of.
For shard.
I understand we got a lot of value, but why did we put the shard on top? Interesting. I think you had to go with the play to win line. There was the play to win line was to find Seeker, like that just wins you the game.
I think so too. I very much agree with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would not. Why would you not swing with Neo there? He would have to trade his entire board.
I agree. I mean, we still haven't found the second Sapphire Thanatos side of the board. Like Thanatos is just so unlucky right now.
Yeah, this is just not looking good for Thanatos at all, just because of that lack of finding.
Yep. Which now we're gonna be able to go second shard, see what we draw, and then just literally go
hero power. So you can play this shard.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, goodness, you got a gold father.
And we found the Seeker. That's it. That's game.
And that's game. That is game.
Yeah.
All right.
Show him the Seeker. Thanatos. Hope Thanatos doesn't have interaction, which he doesn't, and that's gonna wipe it up. Very unlucky for Thanatos. I mean, unfortunately, the Turbo PA deck could just do that, right? Like it is an 18 shard deck, so.
Yeah, that is true. You dig so much, but I guess he did. Was that 2 focuses he had that game, or no? It was a guidance and a focus.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, we just couldn't find it.
So, yeah.
All right, well, we'll go on to game number 2 here. All right, on to game number 2. Mono Wild managed to take it. That's very shocking. I mean, due to some extreme unluck on Thanatos' side of the board. But
yeah, game 1. I think Mono Wild is significantly unfavored. Uh, games 2 and 3, Mono Wild has a lot more games, but being able to take that first game, I think, is super huge for Mono Wild in this matchup because that means that you're that much more likely to be able to win one of the second two just with all of your reserves planned.
I agree. Yep. I wonder if we did debate on mowing this for a Drown Shine. I mean, there is 4 Drown Shines in her deck.
Yeah, Drown Shrine just basically makes Turbo PA go bad space.
Yeah. And like Turbo PA has not a whole lot of answers to it. So I'm
Yeah,
kind of wondering.
they can Rune Bind it for a turn.
Yep. That's their primary out, right? I think the Turbo PA deck is packing 1 to 2 End of the Unknowns on the board, but outside of
Yeah.
that, I don't believe they pack anymore. Kind of outs to.
Well, and yeah, and with the shrine on board, you don't get to dig for your outs
For sure, yeah.
to it. So that also is a major thing here. This hand is looking pretty barren on Thanatos' side. Okay, that helps. That helps. I was gonna say
And that was
the
prophesized,
end
yeah.
of like just sharpened rune binds. Yeah, that Providence Arcane Focus was really big here.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, yeah. I honestly don't know if I like not leaving up Confounding Ire on that turn. Like, as it turns out, it's not too bad. I mean, you get your board farmed, but your opponent had the potential to go Neo and start drawing cards. And having a Confounding Ire or potentially Rune Bind up your opponent from doing that, I think that would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
But,
Howling Brave coming down.
yep.
I mean, ooh, we found this side. No cantrips though with the Cyclone Shaper, but we've got interaction
Yeah.
for days.
Interaction for days, so this proc is not gonna happen.
Nope. Ooh, man. Just all the Runebind. We're just dumping it all on board. Okay, here we go. Arcane Focus. This is probably okay. Polymorphic Army.
Okay.
Oh man, we're gonna see that early Polymorphic Army just trying to close the game out. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know because this puts you out of like yeah, like it doesn't leave you up with your protection, and your opponent's just going to be able to do that.
That was a very very aggressive. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I would have done that.
No, Thanatos definitely took a super aggressive line there. Oh man, and we're just getting super punished for that aggressive line.
Oh god, yeah, that shard flood.
Yep.
Oh god.
Oh man. Well, we've got the chance. I mean, Thanatos is going to hold on for a couple turns here until we draw. Oh, unless we draw a shard.
And drew a shard.
That's game. Yep. Thanatos kind of with a really aggressive line there. Interesting. I mean, even if he hadn't taken that line, nothing would have changed. But you know, I felt like it was kind of, it was a bit of a punt, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely a punt because it allowed. I mean, I think it would have changed because you get to interact with your opponent's croc.
Right.
And then if you do it after the croc,
that's true.
because you can polymorphic army at end of turn. So still leaving yourself up with the removal. Like, I understand the point of doing it in combat for like getting extra stuff in, but I think in that situation you're kind of like, well, I need to do this, and I need to do this sooner rather than later. I think, and your opponent, is playing Crocosaurs. I think you pass the turn. Okay, they go to Croc. You Runebind. End of turn, Polymorphic Army, and then you get to untap. So you still got that other Runebind up to still protect your things.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been the better line from Thanatos' side.
All right. All right, here we are for round three, first game of round three. Both these players battling for a 3-0 slot. Takahiro. I have yet to see Takahiro show up in Immortal. This is interesting.
That is interesting. I'm interested to see what his deck is doing. Okay,
Oh, we got
Blood
horrors.
Wild. Horrors? Oh, it's probably Zorath horrors.
Super
Okay.
spicy.
Oh my.
What an interesting list, or what an interesting deck to be playing.
Yeah, I really don't know how it lines up versus everything. I mean, if you are able to get horrors off in general, you probably win.
Yep, and I mean we've got lots of hand
Like-
interaction here.
Yeah. Oh goodness, that was such a good top deck. Blood Shard. Okay,
So
yeah.
what are we taking here?
The turn 2 Inquisition.
Probably.
Pretty good.
What are we taking here? Pathfinder or Palm?
Oh, that is
Or
a
Merry
good
Caravan.
question.
There's some good targets in his hand right now.
Think you take Palm
Okay,
because that undoes your Horrors of War plan.
that's true. Oh, looks like we dumped the. Yeah, interesting.
Okay. I mean, I don't necessarily know that that's wrong. I don't know this guy's deck, so maybe,
you're not wrong.
yeah, maybe that is the better choice. I just like if you're playing. Oh, Culmination of Blood. This is so spicy.
We also have a Withering Touch in hand, which means Withering Touch is actually going to get to take that Palm here.
Oh goodness, yeah. Oh goodness.
So this Withering Touch is very, very good. I mean, we also could see it take the Merry Caravan, but I really don't. Oh, yeah, we are going to see it. Okay. I guess Merry Caravan does come down next turn, and he gets a shard, so that's fair.
Yeah.
It just makes your Horrors of War infinitely better here. This is a sweet. This is a sweet finals.
Yeah. I mean, and that's again. I was talking about in general with the horrors deck. Like I would generally want to take the palm with the horrors deck, but maybe that's not how this horrors deck ends up playing out. So.
For sure. Yep. All right.
I don't know that I would have done that from
Horrors on
here.
one. We're gonna go Navelaki Horrors on one is gonna be good here. Get some value.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any reason not to. I don't know if I'd Horrors on two. Yeah, here we go. Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't need to.
And we don't see the Horrors of War coming down. Interesting. What's Zoras is on probably the gain of charge.
Croc is looking. Yeah.
Yep.
He's looking really sad in hand.
It really is, yep.
And
man.
honestly, the top decking of that Pathfinder is exactly why I would not have done the charge power shard on that previous turn.
Yeah.
Fear did. Like that's just exactly why.
I agree. Though this Howling Brave is, it's doing work. I mean, we've got 8 points of damage on board. We're going to 10 here.
That is true. That is true. But it's also, like, this horrors... Oh, God. Oh, God.
What a top deck.
Oh, my.
Man,
oh,
our horrors players got it all. That was brutal.
Can really just ramp up with these dreadlings, and then pack it away when you can take away all of your opponent's resources. That's when I think that's when he's gonna horrors here.
I agree.
Like, there's no reason not to. Your opponent is clearly not doing anything.
This is gonna be a huge horrors.
Yeah, so next turn he's going to be able to take away all of his opponent's resources.
Okay, we're not gonna. I was gonna say I think we're gonna. I would have done one there just because you had both, just to take that card out of your opponent's hand because you don't know what he's holding. Right?
Yeah, I mean, don't. But I'm pretty sure having the horrors on the next turn really just combats anything your opponent is doing.
For sure. Ooh, and that's gonna be her. Man. Horrors of War. I mean, he top decked ridiculously well. Like he drew so
Yeah.
well. That
Drew
extinction
very
was
well.
just you couldn't have drawn it
That
up any better.
extinction was so timely. Holy crap! And I mean, Searb just drawing shards was definitely not good. But I definitely think Searb's main misplay was that aggressive use of charge power on Brave.
I agree. Yeah, that could have brought him back into it.
I
For
think
sure.
that really could have brought him back into that game, drawing with Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Just
All right. Well, we'll see if we can clean it up in game number 2 here. All right, here we are, back for game number 2 in one of our first final rounds. Both players battling for that 3-0 spot.
the 3-0, duke it out.
Pretty interesting keep. Both players' hand. Little.
I mean, this is pretty standard keep, I would say, for Seared here. 3 resources, an accelerant, and some threats.
Right. On Pivot CD or Pivot CY's hand. Kind of interesting. I mean, there's merit to holding Extinction. It's probably your best card in this matchup. Ooh, we also found the Zoras. Nice.
I think he's expecting the wild player to just like fully get out of control really fast. So being able to just have that extinction in your opener, I think, is a reasonable sort of play here, especially because he's going to be able to go turn 3 coffins. So you can really just like, oh, well, he's not going to do that, but he could have done that.
Yeah, I kind of would. I agree with that. I kind of would have liked the turn 3 coffin and then followed up with the extinction because that just would have destroyed your opponent.
Yeah, like that just puts your opponent in a position where they're like going to be backbroken by an extinction.
Yeah, however, an extinction here is going to be very good, and we have 2 other extinctions in our hands. So this is pretty good.
Yeah, I don't like that double Runeer on the board play by Seared there. I think doing the palm to draw some cards would have been the better choice.
I agree. Yeah, it looks like
that Shoku's Garden.
That is
so
a Shoku's Garden. Yeah, looks like Pivot. Oh no, we answered it. Okay, Pivot might not be able to take over the game as efficiently as we thought. Oh, we got a pomegranate. Huh.
All right, interesting. I mean, yeah, I think Pivot might have some trouble, like, quote, winning the game, but he's gonna have plenty of ability to not die.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna have plenty of time to find an answer. Imagine see with the close.
Like,
oh, not even playing the closed coffins out here. Interesting.
I mean, your opponent could have removal for it at this point.
That is fair. Ooh, Chomp Knight. Okay. Just as an answer to Seeker, I guess. I guess we saw Mary Caravan.
Mary Caravan as well.
That's right.
Chomp Knight's just a really solid card. I like Chomp Knight so much. It's so good.
Oh, it is a very powerful card. Ooh, Cottontail Explorer.
Such a good card. Yeah, Rolf, that's oh, such a bad ball.
Yep. I mean, you kind of had to, right?
Yeah, no, I don't fault him for playing it, but you just feel so bad at that point.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this.
Man, Pivot CY is just like going off.
Yep. Okay, we got an Exalted Pathfinder. This Pathfinder is going to draw us a lot of cards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we might be able to find some way to fight back into this game.
God, so many cards. Okay, that speaker could be interesting. I mean, your opponent has 3 extinctions. Not that he knows that, but
That was an aggressive
opponent,
attack.
yeah, opponent having 3 extinctions is big here, and opponent's gonna go coffins and see what.
Yeah.
Assuredly.
Oh, man.
And brutal.
Yeah. Just cleaning that right up.
And there's a rectory.
I mean, Seeker's still fine here.
Yeah. No, I mean, Seeker is going to do some major work at this point.
Did we not play Shard? We didn't play Shard there. Interesting. Because we would have been able to charge power. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think he was purposefully not doing that because he's wanting to utilize it on
Yeah.
an important thing.
I mean, I'm on a wild player has to be so tilted. That's the 3rd extinction he's seen, right? Like, look at this. Just
Yeah, 3
disgusting.
extinctions is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Like, 15 cards left in his deck.
Ooh, we found a Brosy.
Fear has 19 cards left in his deck. Most of the milling has been from closed coffins.
Oh, I don't like this. I like holding Brosy and doing it during your opponent's end phase.
I agree.
Just so you can use like the most of your resources. Oh, look at this.
Wow.
I mean, your opponent has, 20, especially when your opponent has 21 resources to work with. Like, he's just going to be able to cap. We also generated a hero fall, I think, off that, did we? That's like, oh no, he must have drew that. That's going to be it. Yeah, I think, I mean, Brosy might have brought him back into it, but I think it was pretty loose, hard casting that.
Yeah, hard casting it on your turn, I think, was very loose.
Yeah. So, Pivot CY, though. Taking it with Horrors of War.
With horrors. I
Yeah.
think that's interesting.
3-0 in the league, so that's wow! Congratulations to Pivot CY.
Tools to
That's
deal with that.
kind of an interesting build.
Like objectively, but I don't think Fearb saw them if Fearb was playing them. So that's like I think the main thing is like answers to constants besides just Seeker. I think are important going forward for this kind of matchup. Yeah, I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go ahead and queue up our next. Here we are for our final match of the night. We have Wolfric versus Steric. I believe Wolfric is battling for a 2-1 finish, and Steric is currently battling for a 3-0 finish. So Steric, as we saw earlier, was on Sockets versus Monoblood. This will be an interesting match.
So Mono Blood versus Socket. I really like Sockets as a deck. I think that it's a very strong deck. I don't really like this hand,
Yeah, neither
but
do
I like
I.
it as a deck.
I
I think you just mulligan those hands.
I'm
You see your opponent's Zorath. Ooh, he kept.
But I mean,
Ooh.
we also have Mono Blood typically doesn't have an answer to your turn one Mana Dorks until turn two, and like we also have the turn three roaming Pulsigath, which actually isn't terrible.
That is true. That is true. And these Blightbark reserves aren't awful either.
For sure, like you're gonna get to
Like
kind of
you're going to
insulate
be able
yourself.
to, yeah, you're going to get to play a drop on your um, Howling Grace, whatever it's called.
Yep. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe do the Sentry?
You're gonna get to insulate your better Mana Dork essentially in this match,
Yeah.
versus removal, or just get value out of it, right?
Yeah, get value out of it. Make it a cost to actually end up killing it. I think I like that end up playing from Steric there. Ooh, that's a bunny. That's a bunny. I think he kind of played fast instead of thinking about if he wanted to play bunny first.
Right.
And was just like, all right, well, I'm committed to this line now. But yeah. So Poltergap has Pump.
Interesting socket on Pulsigath. Yep.
Yeah. Because isn't the Pump Gem a minor socket?
I think
I
so.
mean, I
Yeah.
could be wrong. I could be wrong. I thought it was a minor socket.
Ooh, that Replipopper Spice making an appearance in Immortal.
Oh my. Replipopper is so sweet of a card.
It really is.
Like, it's just a spicy card.
Ooh, the extinction being clutch there. But we got double zombie out of it. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good way to essentially keep yourself alive in the game after an extinction.
Yeah, and I guess Crusaders have speed on them. So I was like, Crypt Curse without speed, that seems much worse. But I guess Crush is decent too, because it's, survives.
It allows you to get through, for sure. It allows you to get through most like 2 and 3 drop turn troops, right? So
yeah.
I mean, it's not really looking good on Wolfric's side of the table here, unfortunately.
Yeah,
kind of has to draw that
like
extinction once again.
Yeah, like he's got the quote combo. I'm.
Why didn't we draw a card?
Yeah, but,
we could have.
Yeah, I don't.
We could have drew a
yeah,
card.
I don't know. You could have drew. Yeah, you could have drawn into the function. He had 6 resources, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That seemed very strange. Why he didn't try to draw.
Might have been a misclick there.
Yeah, might have been. Might have played his thing and then just been like, oh well.
Yep. All right, let's go to game number 2. All right, here we are, back for game number 2. Steric versus Wolfric. Steric took game 1. Kind of interesting matchup though. Unfortunately, that Wolfric didn't find that. Fortunately, the Wolfric didn't find that second extinction. How do you think this matchup's gonna shake up now, Vitalia?
I think it only gets better for Mono Blood post board. You can kind of take out your bad cards, and just have ways to remove your opponent's things. So I think that's sort of the main way. But I think Pocket still has plenty of game. I don't think it's like a guaranteed win or anything for the Mono Blood side of things. And I think doing that turn 2 Inquisition was really important. The unfortunate part is your opponent's still gonna get a well, okay, monsoon, I guess, but theoretically could have gotten a turn 2 Crusader.
I'm surprised
Well,
we didn't
like
go for
you
the.
were. I understand why you don't, because monsoon just like is good post extinction, and so you want to just have that ticking down, and then it's going to be speed on the turn that it does. So
That's true.
it just sets yourself up for the line of playing. Like your Crusaders are already going to make you pretty hedged versus extinction. Um, yeah, it's just ugh. I mean, it's not looking terribly good for.
I mean, I think we're kind of at a
I'm
stall
saying
here.
something like he's down to 2 extinctions in hand, so he can just extinction. Um, but like each turn that you extinction, all you're doing, okay,
We found a Bride. Okay.
that
Bride's
that
good.
changes things.
Yeah.
That significantly changes things.
However, I mean, look at this board now.
I mean, yes, that is, yeah. I mean, I don't know that Bride is gonna be.
Ooh, we found
Oh,
the
okay.
gruesome deed.
Well,
Oh man, look at that! Just like that, Sockets cleans it up.
wow. Oh my goodness.
That monsoon. I mean, monsoon's a one of in that deck. That was clutch. That
Yeah,
was
Monsoon is
ridiculous.
really good versus Mono Blood. Really good versus Mono Blood because it basically just blanks all their removal.
Yeah,
Um, like, so I mean, so I think that turned to Tunnel Monsoon. I think that was
that was very
line.
clutch. I
So, even though the Fast Crusader seems pretty decent, but Monsoon is just a winner in the matchup.
oh for sure. I don't know if uh I think monsoon's just
Aw.
a one of. I don't know if they actually side more monsoons. I can't remember.
uh, yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, Wolfrack.
Yeah, sorry man, that's tough.
Yeah, God. Yeah, you were. I mean, it was still looking kind of rough. Without like even before they got the deed, just because monsoon just triggers so much there. But yeah,
Yeah.
God, that deed just like made it